once again, you're welcome to the studios of Frontline TV, and the program is Inside Politics. My name is Moses Calvin, your anchor as usual. Well, sometimes back, we actually played host to a prominent figure in Taraba state politics and also in the aspect of entrepreneurship. And today, I'm happy to let you know that we still have the same person. Not that he's only vying for the position of becoming the next incoming governor of Taraba State, but also as a motivational speaker and an entrepreneur lecturer at the same time. Forgive me if I don't get the combination accurately, but I'm happy to announce to you that we have the presence of Professor Jerome Nyameh in the studio. Sir, you are most welcome.
Thank you for having me.
So, like I said earlier, we hosted him some few months ago where he actually laid out some of the things that you would like to see being actualized for the progress and the betterment of Taraba State. And still, he's in the race, vying for the #1 position in Taraba State, but at the same time, a humanitarian, at the same time, an entrepreneurial, or shall I say, a motivator, still in the aspect of entrepreneurship, sporting talents, encouraging, supporting, advising, and also playing a very vital role with the state university. So today on the program Inside Politics, coming to you live from Frontline TV, you can as well share, like, and also place your comments, and we'll surely get back to you when the time comes. So today we have actually invited him to talk and also answer some questions when it comes to the issue of being self-reliant, especially in the area of the youth. So today we're going to be looking at unlocking youth talent for a self-reliant Taraba. I'll take it again. Unlocking youth talent for a self-reliant Taraba. But I will allow our amiable Prof to give us an in-depth introduction about his personality. Over to you, Prof.
Thank you. I am Professor Jerome Nyameh, the ACOT Gubernatorial candidate for 2027 general election. I am an entrepreneur. I teach entrepreneurship. I'm a coach. I'm a consultant. And I am a wealth creator.
So there you have it. That is all what he has mentioned is embodied into him, and we are always going to wish you well as you aspire to become the next incoming governor of Taraba State under the Accord Party. We used to know that it was formerly you were in PDP, then ADC if I'm right, and now Accord Party. But all the same, we have been with you. We have known many of the things that you would like to achieve for the betterment of Taraba. Can you just give us a brief insight of your passion to see that Taraba goes to the next level?
Let me set the record straight. I was a member of PDP. I have never been a member of ADC.
Okay.
There was an attempt to woo me into ADC and it couldn't work. Currently, I'm a member of Accord Party. Well, you see, Taraba State is blessed with both human and natural resources. But unfortunately, the state, both these resources in the state is underutilized. Now, it is not because there is no government. It is not because there are no people, but maybe because there is an underutilization, or in the selection process, we were unable to get homegrown leaders that understood the value of these resources. I am one of them. I am a homegrown leader. I started here. I am still here. I have worked both in and outside this country, and I think I can offer to utilize these resources, both human and natural, to bring it to bear so that there will be full development in Taraba State.
Then what will you say concerning your relationship your acceptance with the people of Taraba State?
Well, you are in the public space. You should be able, I should not be seen rating myself. But I think if there is any leader that has an organic followership, I have never held an office. You can go to my Facebook page. You can see my followers. And those people that are following me genuinely, not thinking of any aggrandizement, but thinking about the future of Taraba. So let me give you an example. I have grown Accord Party from less than 1,000 to closely or to over 150 to 200,000 members within a space of just 1 month. And you can see we have House of Assembly member contesting across all the 16 local government, House of Reps, and the 3 senatorial zones. So it's left for you to do the assessment. I don't want to beat my drum.
All right, thank you very much for giving us a little bit of insight concerning that which you are and which you want to achieve for the betterment of Taraba State. So now we're going to go deep into the discussion of today, and we title it Unlocking Youth Talent for a Self-Reliant Taraba. Professor, I just want to first of all ask this question. You have consistently spoken about seeing talents in young people and helping them become self-reliant. Beyond motivational talks, what concrete and measurable programs will you implement in the first 100 days and first year to turn that vision into skills, training, startup capital, market access, and actual businesses owned by the youth of Taraba State?
Well, let me set the record straight again. I'm not a motivational speaker. I am an entrepreneurship teacher, researcher, and a coach. Now, I have started by saying Taraba is blessed with both human and natural resources. Now, for the two to come to play and bring about development, you must build the capacity of the youth. Now, youth should be seen as an asset and not a body. Now, when you look at them from that perspective, then you think about building their capacity. Now, within a space of 100 days in office, you cannot achieve building their capacity within that span of time, but it takes longer time. However, you start by empowering them to understand that there are innovations, there are enterprise that can build their income earnings, and that will empower them to prepare themselves from building themselves and creating wealth for themselves. Now, within a short period of time, you can get about 500,000 youth out of poverty through agriculture. Now, when a government invests, we have arable land all over Taraba State. But let's look at it from few zones. Let's take it from barley to gasol. If you want today, you can cultivate up to 400 hectares of land, 300 hectares of land. All you need, bring supplies, get a consultant and experts, and invite these young men. Come and take 1 hectare, manage your farm and pay us with the process. I want to assure you, you will get willing young men that will run into that venture and they will make a living from it. And you see, one of the approach that you will give it more meaning is you structure the marketing of the product. Government can decide to buy from them. Government can decide to empower some group of cooperative to buy from them. By that, you are getting 400 out of poverty, and those that are buying, you are getting them out of poverty. You can give them, you can give them a soft loan. You can give cooperative a soft loan without interest that they will pay at a given time. They will buy from the farmers. Let's assume you have 400 farmers. They will buy from them and they sell it to the larger market. You have get them out of poverty, and you have get the cooperative group also out of poverty.
Then, Prof, how will you go about monitoring and supervising such individuals?
You see, one of the mistakes we make in Africa, we think you create a system.
Okay.
And it is the system. System is basically input and output. You are getting me? When you create a system, the system will work for itself. Now, let's say, for instance, now you have set this farm and you have invited cooperatives. All then you need to is partner this cooperative with the bank. Bank, I am putting my money in your account and I'm giving it to my cooperatives.
Yes.
You are getting me? Yes. You charge me interest, but you don't charge the cooperative interest in my money. So automatically, they will monitor the transaction because they have become a system. You are getting me? They will ensure that this money get injected into this marketing. You are getting me? And you know, they won't default to the bank. They will pay. Definitely. The bank charge you the interest, but they is to transact, keep the money from them. You know, if cooperative knew that they collected the money from the bank, of course they will pay.
Definitely.
You are getting me?
Definitely.
Yes.
Okay, now many leaders encourage youths, but they struggle to translate inspiration into lasting policies. How will you institutionalize youth empowerment so it does not depend on the personal passion of you as a governor, but becomes a permanent structure that survives beyond your tenure?
You see, I have told people time without number that when you build a capacity of a group, they can stand and sustain.
Okay.
Now, for instance, I want to empower 1,000 youth, 10,000 youth. The first 3 months, I should be able to give them a soft skills on how to handle that type of business and allow them to understand the prospect in that business. Now, by so doing, when you empower them, I want to assure you, by the capacity you have built within those period of time and the empowerment, 80% will succeed. Now, once 80% succeeds, others will follow suit. But where you have not built a capacity and you decided you bought sewing machine, what will somebody do with sewing machine that has not learned sewing for 6 months? That has not learned. You see, anybody that has agreed to learn a thread for a particular period, it shows that he has an interest in that thread. Exactly. So once he has empowerment, he will sustain it. Okay. So most of the problem we have is we don't build their capacity. I have said time without number. When I see our young men sweeping the street, I said this is a way we can empower them. Now, let them sweep in the morning, 5 to 7. Okay. 8 to 10, take them to class. Learn simple how to start a business. From their income, self-setting percentage. You are getting me? At the end of 6 months, release the percentage with the promise that if you do well, the total sum of what you got, 50% will be added to you, but based on your performance in the field of the business. Okay. In fact, I want to assure you, all of them will do excellently, and you should also keep your promise. It will become a process, and you will discover all these young men standing in the sun, 12,000, fighting for an advert that will take only 1,008. You will not see them there. Exactly. Because they can be able to create wealth for themselves, employ others, and pay them.
Interesting. I really like that illustration. Now, I want to, as we move ahead, talk about a little bit about security as a foundation for youth opportunity. Now, insecurity continues to displace farmers and disrupt economic activities in several local government areas. Now, when you come on board, how will your administration restore security in a way that directly opens up farmland, markets, and entrepreneurial opportunities, especially for the young people?
You see, when you talk about security, it's something that one has to be careful in analyzing it. But to me, if our traditional hates, our world hates, our traditional institution are taken care very well and they are empowered by the government, there will not be clashes, because hitherto there was no clashes.
Yes.
Because they took absolute control of their domain. Any man coming, they know him. So a header will get his portion, he will get his water, and he will rear his cattle peacefully. The farmer will farm, and he will even call the headers for the enhancement or productivity of the land. Bring your cattle to eat from the scrabble, and so that their byproduct will be used as fertilizer. You are getting me? So basically, to tackle this so that we give opportunity to the youth is to empower the traditional institution. Once the traditional institution are empowered, they could broker peace as they used to do before, whereby a farmer will farm and a header will continue carrying out with his business.
All right, in case you're just tuning in, you've been watching Inside Politics, coming to you from the studios of Frontline TV, together with Professor Jerome Nyameh, the gubernatorial aspirant of the Accord Party.
Candidate.
I beg your pardon. Thank you very much for that correction, sir. Come 2027 general elections, and we've been talking about unlocking youth talent for a self-reliant Taraba. All right, now we're moving on in the program Inside Politics from Frontline TV. I want to ask our dear Prof the next question, which has to do with infrastructure for self-reliance. And you will agree with me that poor roads and unreliable power continue to kill small businesses. What realistic plan do you have to fix critical rural and interlocal government roads and improve electricity access so that youth-owned enterprises can actually survive and grow?
Number one, we were blessed in this state to have the Kachimbila plan.
Yes.
And if you are not aware, know that Kachimbila plan is supplying part of Benue State.
Yes.
Why don't we connect it here? So it is easy. It's not a rocket science. We can connect it here. That's number one. Now, if you go to the Mambla Plateau, where Highland Tea is, it is a very small dam that using turbine to power the entire industry. You can create an industrial layout, pull water from our Lau River, create a dam that through that dam, you can generate local power that can power the industrial layout. And I'm telling you, you will see a lot of people. Let me say this. The common sachet water ladder, none is printed in Jalingo. I stand to be corrected. And it is basically, the machines are not complex. They are simpler machines. Today, no viable rice mill that is working. It's all as a result of, you are getting me, that can give you 10, 30 tons within short period of time. But we have those grains that we can process. But because there is no light, so by pulling and creating a dam around here, you can generate. And we can complement them with the solar power because we have sunshine. You are getting me. Now, once that is done and it is subsidized, a lot of people will go into business. The common woman, where she's selling her drink, should be able to get enough light. Now, where we have breakdown in the natural grid, you will discover automatically the entire small business that lives on daily business closes.
Yes.
You are getting me.
Yes.
So these things, they are not rocket science. They are things that we can do. If you have been to Kakara, you know what I'm telling you. Now, when you connect this line from Kashimbila Dam to this place, it is more easy. You are getting me. It is more easy because the concession is given to one of our own, and he is handling it very well. So to connect it to every part of Taraba should be the work of the government, so that it will be able to promote small business and young men will build well for themselves.
Can you tell us more about the Taraba therapy that you have been working on?
Well, Taraba therapy is a solution drive for development and solving problems in Taraba. It is an acronym. T stands for trade and industry.
Okay.
How can we say we have natural resources, we don't have industrial layout? All you need is a vast land, clear it, provide light, provide water. Industry will come in.
Which we have more of those things in abundance.
In abundance. You are getting me. The next thing is healthcare for all. Now, we have 168 wards in Taraba State. Just imagine realistically, you injected 100 million in each of those facilities. You have seen the facility the Kogis Central Senator built. She declared the amount is 50 plus the equipment is 100 million. If you can do it, it's 1.6 billion. Is it too big to give healthcare to all people?
It's not.
Is it too? What is the magic behind it? You are getting me? And where there is facility, where there is a facility, your next attempt is to bring, if you don't have money to hire all the personnel there, they could work on what we will refer as, they will work for a particular period, you pay them, another one will come. When there is a good remuneration payment package, people will come, even at a short time basis. You are getting me? And where these medical personnel are taken care of, they would go round. When somebody go round to this place and work for a 1 week, he should have a good allowance. There will be competition, and they will get there. So there is no, it's not about building, taking 3-4 billion, spending it on a facility that only few people can benefit, or it will not be functioning. So I think it is good to renovate existing, but I think what is more important is the supply inside, the capacity of the people that work inside, and the people that work inside is more than the physical structure.
Okay, I understand.
Yes.
We're still talking about unlocking youth talent for a self-reliant Taraba. All right, now, I don't know how you feel about this question, but then I'm being propelled to ask you, sir. Taraba State has faced public debates over debt levels and the efficient use of resources, which you have mentioned a little bit about it. Now, as a governor to be, how will you ensure transparent budgeting, open contracting, and strict accountability so that every naira meant for youth empowerment, infrastructure, and development actually reaches the intended beneficiaries?
You see, the problem of every government is from the point of its budget.
Exactly.
Now, when you continue to recycle item in a budget, then accountability becomes difficult. Now, let budgeting be realistic based on what you expect, what you intend to spend, and how those things you intend to spend will benefit the people.
Okay.
You are getting me?
Yes.
Now, by this, accountability will be easy. So my focus will be on building a reliable budget. I bet you go and take the five years budget and look at, you will see some items repeating themselves. What are they doing there? So it will be difficult to talk about accountability in this aspect. But where you have a budget that defines the needs of the people, and you know how to raise money to fund the budget, you should be able to account.
Exactly.
But where you keep recycling items, then accountability will become very difficult.
Exactly. All right. Now, the issue of governance and inclusive institutions, sir. Strong governance requires building institutions stronger than any individual. How will you reform the civil service, local government system, and key state agencies to reduce political patronage, promote merit, and deliver services fairly across Taraba's diverse ethnic and religious communities?
You have to overhaul the entire system of the civil service. And to do that, you must develop a blueprint on the requirements and eligibility of people who are going to work.
Okay.
Please let it be on record. It is not all people that can work. There are people that can work in the civil service. There are people that can do better. You are getting me? In other sectors. And you see, where you look at, now if you look at the entire civil service, you will discover that is one-sidedness.
Okay.
And you will discover that in a recruitment, some local government will be getting 1,000
percentage of the people.
Some other local government are not even getting 10%. You are getting me? But when you overhaul the system and you create a mechanism, if we are recruiting 1,800 and we have 16 local government, you know, 1-2 goes to this local government. We create a portal. Once people slot into the portal, because we are recruiting so number, now the system will capture competitively numbers of people they want based on their criteria. It means once you log into it, it asks you certain questions. You don't have criteria, you can't go further.
Okay.
Now, if let's assume the entire people that came in, they are qualified, the system will look at the best. Now, let me give you an example. Why people are engaged in interview where there are highly competition. Now, you have case first class. I have case first class. You are doing the same thing, but I ask you a question: how do you solve this problem? Your ability to tell me how you will solve the problem will determine your selection.
Yes.
Then we'll select based on merit. In fact, the first stage would be ICT elimination.
Okay.
You are getting me?
Yes.
You enter your documents. We ask you simple questions from your document. If it is made on merit, then a system will work. You are getting me? Now, if system will not work, then you must bring in a consultant who has nothing to do with the state.
Okay.
That we need 112 for each local government.
Yeah.
Then we'll have a balance, and there will be a viable state for development. But where you discover that one local government is getting 10 times what 10 local government will get, then it becomes a problem. So the entire system must be overhauled. That's one. Number two, there is no point keeping retirees. If a man is retired, please, he should give chance so that there will be a slot for his son to be employed.
I like that.
You are getting me? Then another aspect that we need to look at it critically. I can tell you the entire local government, there is no recruitment system. And that is why we have crisis with the pension. Because as soon you are leaving, they are replacing somebody. And what you are living with is supposed to move to your pension. That's why you discover for a year, a person will retire and is not enrolled in the pension. Because there is, so where we make it compulsory that there should be a formal employment, every interest should be represented. Consultant will be higher. We have human resource consultants will be hired to take care of that screening. By that, they don't know anybody. They will employ you based on your merit, from your documentation and your presentation. And I think we'll have a viable system that will bring about development.
Thank you very much. Now, on a final note, sir, we've been talking about the youth talent being unlocked for us to have a self-reliant Taraba. What's going to be your general call to the youth of Taraba State?
Well, my call to them has always been constant. You are an asset. You are potential. You are not a body. Anybody that wants to use you, ask him a simple question. What is your plan for me, for my development in the next 2 years? If he has no realistic plan for your development in the next 2 years, forget about him. In the international fora, our young men are doing excellently. Those at home are doing excellently. Nobody should allow you believe that you can only succeed with government job, or that you can only succeed being a data boy. You have a potential that can help the entire world, not even this nation. So don't allow anybody to beat down your potential, to undermine your potential, and makes you look like nobody. Taraba will be great, and it will only be great when we harness your potential. Together, this state will make it to be great. Don't allow anybody to underscore you. Young men, you are great, and you have all it takes, and you can make Taraba better.
A word is enough for the wise. Thank you very much, Professor Jerome Nyameh, for that deep insight that has to do with unlocking youth talent for self-reliance. That is for the youth in Taraba. You have spoken eloquently well. And I would still like to appeal that whenever we come knocking, I know you will make yourself available to us.
I will, by the grace of God.
Thank you so much for coming on to today's program, Inside Politics. And we are always going to pray and wish you the best in the forthcoming general elections.
Thank you.
All right, there you have it.
My pleasure.
Yes, sir. There you have it. The program has been signed, sealed, and delivered. Inside Politics came to you from the studios of Frontline TV. Moses Calvin is my name, your anchor on the program, saying, please tune in again next time. Another interesting package with another prominent individual will be coming your way from our studios. So stay tuned, keep watching, keep liking, keep sharing, keep commenting. Until we come your way, in the words of the professor, he said, Taraba will be great once again. Bye for now.